running a race, but I'm not gaining ground. I look for a face, but there's no one around. I think I'm gonna lose my hold.
I give and I give, but I get nothing back. I just wanna live before the fate's black. Give me a chance before I get too old. The world around me feels so strange. Oh, when is something gonna change? When you don't want to be you, here's a thing that you can do. Find somebody else to be. When you think life isn't fair, breathe another person's air. Set your inhibitions free. When you think you're gonna lose, walk in someone else's shoes. Let the road be a surprise, and you'll see the world through different eyes. I'm playing a part that I have not rehearsed. I know it by heart, but what do I do first? I thought I knew what I was doing.
I know all my lines, but think I missed my cue. I'm looking for signs, but no one's coming through. Give me a chance, this life is worth pursuing.
There's still so much that I don't know, but now it's time for me to grow. When you don't want to be you, take another person's view. Find somebody else to be. When life has you on the ring, think what someone else would think. Set your inhibitions free. When you've got a heavy load, drive down someone else's road. Let the way be a surprise. You'll see the world through different eyes.
They say to make your own way.
They say to follow your star.
That's how you live day to day. That's how you learn who you are.
But someone else's star is just as bright. So let it guide you with its light. When you don't want to be you, here's a thing that you can do. Find somebody else to be. When you think life isn't fair, breathe another person's air. Set your inhibitions free. And when you have returned, lead the things you have learned. You will find that you are wise. 'Cause you see the world through different eyes. Yes, you see the world through different
Good evening and welcome to the inaugural Curtain Up Songwriters Workshop. I'm Loretta Whitman. I'm the director of Curtain Call, which is our musical theater ensemble here at Lynchburg College. And Dana Ballard is our musical director. It's a rare opportunity opportunity that performers have to be able to collaborate with composers and lyricists on new material. And last summer, as Dana and I were sitting in the Panera right down the street and planning what we would do for the upcoming year, she said, you know, after we finish the March Cabaret, I think we should see if we could get some composers and lyricists to write songs for our students. And I was like, wow, that's a great idea. But I was thinking, how are we going to get composers and lyricists from New York City to know who we are and write songs for us? Well, I have to admit, we have a secret weapon, and that is James Ballard. James Ballard, come on up. Many of you I know James. He is from right here in this particular area. Also, yes, the son of Dana. And he is a composer and lyricist in New York City, so we got in touch with him. And so why don't you tell us how we went with the process after that?
Yes, so again, I'm a Lynchburg native, currently living in New York City. I went to the Graduate Musical Theater Writing Program at NYU. And one of my favorite things at NYU, working in this program of composers and lyricists, was working directly with the undergrad students at NYU on developing new work. I mean, it's great for us as writers, and I think it really gives them a unique experience, the students, of getting to work on new material and developing a completely unique interpretation. You know, you can't go on YouTube and look how Sutton Foster did it, or how Andrew Rannells did it, or how Audra did it. You gotta make the interpretation yourself. So we got talking about this project, and I thought, well, let me ask some writers in NYC if they'd be interested in doing something like this. I think it's a really cool idea, and I'm thinking, please let somebody else think it's a cool idea. So I reached out to some good friends of mine whose work I am a fan of and who I think would be a good fit, and they all loved the idea as much as I did. So tonight you're gonna hear 5 completely original songs from these composer, lyricists, and teams written specifically for the students here. That ensemble you heard just now was one of them, written by myself and my writing partner, Seth Christenfeld. Let's see. The next couple of songs? Shall we talk about those?
Sure, yes, absolutely.
So the next couple of songs you're going to hear are, they include one of the original songs written for us tonight. Also, tonight we're going to feature a handful of songs representative of each writer or team from previous works they've written, either shows or just standalone songs that they've written for concerts and cabarets.
So great. So why don't we start with our next one, which will be 100 Ideas with Travis. And thank you so much for coming, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Hi, I'm less important. A giant death ray or a nuclear bomb. Control of meteor, and I decide just who to land on. A radioactive chemical spill, and I'd have powers to freeze the whole world with my chew. A cure for cancer and the common cold. My own magical serum that would keep me young so I'd never grow old. In my evil lair at the top of a hill where I'd bend the whole world to my will. With 100 ideas how to take over. 100 ideas how to take over the world. 100 ideas how to take over, but not a single one to tell you. I train at Hogwarts and rule the planet with spells and hexes, or build an army of giant Tyrannosaurus Rexes. Just take my seat on the Iron Throne and I'd rule the whole kingdom alone. Invent a new religion or a brainwashing machine, though that counts as one because they're pretty much the exact same thing. Or I can marry Oprah, cause she's already there, and Oprah, I swear there'd be a whole world to share. With 100 ideas to take over. 100 ideas how to take over the world. 100 ideas how to take over, but not a single one to tell you. now I want you, I need you, girl, don't you know, take over the world for you, because if you're not there, I don't care who needs the world if I don't have you. I need you, girl, turn over a whole new leaf for you, and I wouldn't be evil, and we could be people, just living in the world. Or I get on my dragon and I rain down fire. I could rule the world as an evil empire. Yeah, thank you. Without a single idea how to take over. Not a single idea how to take over your world. Not a single idea how to take over. But my hands and both of my tongues are tied, so instead of a love song, I'll just write 100 more ideas to rule the world. Yeah, to rule the world. To rule the world. That's it, thank you. Sorry, I gotta make sure you can hear me.
There was a girl who wants to be found in her hometown. There was a girl who dreams to the moon in her bedroom. She feels alone, so alone. There was a girl who sings to be heard like a songbird. There was a girl who wakes in the night when there's no light. She makes a wish, makes a wish. I was that girl. I am that girl. Lost in the star, spin like Saturn return. As I toss and I turn, I'm lost in the star. Try to find my own song and where I belong. Who am I? Why am I here? Who am I? Why am I here? There was a girl who breaks all the rules at her high school. There was a girl who's making a choice, raising her voice. She feels alone, so alone. There was a girl who longed to be heard like a songbird. There was a girl who cries every night when there's no light. She makes a wish, makes a wish. I am that girl. I'm still that girl. Lost in the stars, spin like Saturn return. As I toss and I turn, I'm lost in the stars. Try to find my
ride the train from my home to my work, feeling lousy and lonely and always in pain. Then one day I saw a goddess walking in. She had a perfect face and perfect skin. She gave me a look and started reading a book. And I started to dream, and I started to scheme. We were almost touching, almost touching. There was so much I thought it would be to have a woman like her almost touching me. Every day I get braver and braver, getting closer and closer to the goddess on the train. Then one day I couldn't take it anymore, and as the morning rush poured through the door, I rose to my feet and I gave up my seat. She was standing right there, and there was love in the air. We were almost touching, almost touching. It was everything I thought it would be to have a woman like her almost touching me. There I was, caught in her spell for a minute or a lifetime, I couldn't tell. Then she stood up, closed her book, looked at my face, and then the embrace. She couldn't keep up with the act, she said, pretending that she wasn't in love, she said. Tell me that you feel the same, she said. Please won't you tell me your name, she said. And then I fled, running faster and faster, knocking over small children, 'cause she was insane. After that, I didn't see her anymore. No more goddess for me to adore. We shared a romance until she went crazy pants. But she was almost touching, almost touching me.
Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. I notice my breath on the subway platform, on the subway platform. I ignore the smell of urine, though its essence is still entering my body through my pores, which is utterly disgusting to think about, utterly disgusting. But I clear my mind and hold my breath instead. On my way to yoga, on my way to yoga. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. I mindfully enter the train and make my way toward the end seat, toward the blessed end seat. Om Shanti, oh no, that woman did not yoink that seat from under me, so that now I have to stand because the other seats were taken in some effed up version of adult musical chairs. Karma's a bitch. It's fine, I'll just mountain pose it out. All the way to yoga, all the way to yoga. If this guy hits me in the shoulder with his backpack one more time, I swear, what moron keeps their backpack on when we're all crammed in like licorice sticks? Like, does he think he's owned this train or has the right to take my space? Just because I'm small does not mean I am not entitled to exist! Really, dude? Don't get your ass to yoga. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om. I try to catch my breath as I walk the block to yoga, walk the block to yoga. And I'm power walking now, cause I'm running very late, and I totally don't mind the clueless tourists all around me, cause they're not in my path except for this guy who just passed me and is now walking in front of me, but staring at his cell phone, so he's slowed to half the pace, and I'll just have to move him physically, which is fine because I'm super strong from taking on this yoga. Move! Don't crack. Don't crack, just master your emotions. At the door to yoga, at the door to yoga. Good morning, class. Take a deep breath in and notice all the tension in your body. Now exhale out. And concentrate on letting that tension go. Now deep inhale and recognize that the world can be a place that's filled with wonder. And slow exhale as you realize you're part of that wondrous flow. Downward dog and plank. Now you may feel far from perfect, but you can still be self-aware. Even when you're stressed out, allow those feelings there, and cobra. And as we pass through the dark place, remember it will pass and it's okay. To feel this way, reverse one up. We were born crying, and then we learned to laugh. We were born helpless, and we learned to self-rely. So why do we deny that all these feelings should reside in all of us? What's the fuss? What's the fuss? And that's the key to yoga. That's the key to yoga. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Child's pose and breathe.
So the next song that you're going to hear is from the musical Hart Island Requiem by Ty Defoe and Tataya Sinutok. They also wrote the song you heard earlier in the evening, Belong, that Sydnee sang. They are 2017 recipients of the Jonathan Larson Musical Theater Writers Grant, which is a little bit of a big deal. And they're just two of my favorite people ever, and I love what they write. So a little bit about the show. It's about Hart Island, which is a small island off the coast of, actually, northern New York City, off the northern coast of the Bronx, and it's used as a mass burial site, has been for many, many years. Anonymous dead in the city, they'll get sent to this island and buried there. And about 10 years ago, there was a project that started called the Hart Island Project that sought to seek burial records of these people and find out who were they, and find out a little more about their stories and bring the stories of these anonymous dead into the light. So they are writing a musical about this project, and the song you're about to hear is about the first person who was buried on Hart Island. So you'll hear this very moving song based on a historical event, and then directly after that, you're gonna hear something a little bit different. Not inspired by a historical event so much as a vine. And I am told, I don't know, but I am told that the young people out there may know a little bit something about it. But before that, this is Survive the Storm from Hart Island Requiem.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
On April 20th, 1869, on April 20th, 1869, on April 20th, 1869, on April 20th, 1869.
For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Yesterday was long ago, but I'm still here today, sailing round the passing ships as the sky turned gray. Pa steered the wheel, Ma held the rail, I hung on to the sail. As I am remembering, as the waves began to form, I'll survive the storm, survive the storm. Thunder clouds came raining strong like we were at war. Breaking wind and whipping sails were racing to the shore. Atlantic rocks pulled our ship down as we began to drown. As I am remembering, my own whisper starts to form. I'll survive the storm, survive the storm. I made a promise, I'll make it through. I'll trade in my prayers, old and new. One day in heaven we'll meet eye to eye and walk in peace with the divine. Washed ashore, I made it through, but was alone that day. Unknown land, a secret place, and a sky still gray. And I am remembering as the waves began to form. I survived the storm.
On April 20th,
Survived the storm.
Date of death.
Charity Hospital, 20th, 1869. Hospital, 20th, 1869.
Cause of death? Yellow fever. Bro. We're just two bros in a hot tub, sitting 5 feet away, sitting on the other side of the hot tub, cause we're totally not gay. Now people may talk, but we don't care what they say, cause we're just two bros in a hot tub, and we're totally not gay. I'm straight.
So straight. Sometimes at the end of the day, a bro just wants to relax.
And sometimes another bro is there, cause you know that bros have got each other's backs, but not like that.
We step into our swimming trunks and we step into the tub.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine,
The jets are bubbling.
and the water is hot. But what you think we are, dude, we are totally not. No, we're just two bros in a hot tub, sitting 5 feet away from each other on the opposite side of the hot tub, cause we're totally not gay. Now people may talk about us, but I don't give a damn what they might say, cause we're just two bros in a hot tub, and we're totally not gay. Yes, I like women.
He does. I have seen it.
And sometimes at the end of the day, a bro just wants to chill out.
And sometimes another bro is there, and they have so many heterosexual things to talk about.
Like driving in a pickup truck or playing football in the yard.
Or eating spicy wings. Woo! So spicy!
We crush a few beers while we talk about boobies.
And Christian Bale's abs in the Nolan Batman movies!
Bro, that is like totally unacceptable bro behavior.
Bro, it is perfectly acceptable for one bro to express his platonic admiration for another bro's bod, bro. Like, did you see in the new Star Wars movie, like when Kylo Ren took his shirt off and he was like thick and it was like,
Bro.
bro.
We're just two bros in a hot tub, sitting 5 feet away, sitting on the other side of the hot tub, cause we're totally not gay. We're two ripped studs who work as hard as we play. Yeah, we're just two bros in a hot tub,
And we're so completely straight!
yeah, we're just two bros in a hot tub, sitting 5 feet away, chilling out on the other side of the hot tub, cause we're totally not gay. Now people may talk, but we don't care what they say, cause we're just two bros in a hot tub with our shirts off, with our jets on, with our feet up, with our guard down, but we are not.
I don't know how to help you, and that's bullshit. Since helping people is my forte. So when you say you're lost and feeling aimless, I bust out my map to show you the way. But I know that's not really how this goes, that I can't force you through, that this is more than just an adolescent lapse. And I know we can't pretend it isn't here, but God, I wish there was some magic I could do to separate the you from the pain. But one thing I can do is remind you who you are through my eyes. moment, but my tentacles are reaching out to you. So just know if you need to vent or cry, or meditate or rage, that it's all good and I'm here standing by. And just know that facing shit is hard, so if today it feels like you can't muscle through, there's nothing you can do, that's okay too. But here's what I will do, I'll remind you who you are through my eyes. Through my eyes you're made of lands with silly little names, your giant tubs of kettle corn and soccer games, your heavy metal licks on electric guitars, your outdoor concerts under glittering stars. That's you, kid, always through my eyes. But I can be quiet too, and I can just sit here with you, 'cause we're family, and baby, that's what families do. So, baby, I will love you through the bullshit, since loving you is my forte. Oh, and even with no map, and even with no plan, there's no space, no time when I'm not your biggest fan. I see you as light, so pure and true. That's you, kid, always through my eyes. Ooh.
Got the whole world in front of me, at least that's what you say. In all of my classes, the whole world just to wait and see. I follow all the rules and kiss a couple of asses. But what exactly did you do when you got the world when it wasn't new? Did you get a 401k and invest in stocks? No, you dreamed that the world would be bigger, and you hoped that the light would be brighter, and you told all the bastards telling you what to do to fuck off. La da 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 da. I got the whole world in front of me, or do I mean your world that I have to live in? The whole world just to wait and see, and God forbid I share my too young opinion. But what exactly did you do when you got the world when it wasn't new? Did you bend the knee, toe the line, and play the status quo? No, you planned for the world when you'd run it, and you'd think of the ways you'd have done it, and you told all the bastards telling you what to do to fuck off. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Please don't think that I don't see that you made and gave this world to me. I wanna be just like you, just not how you want me to. I wanna be bright, and I wanna fight, and I wanna write and recite, try to light up the night, to speak and be heard, every thought, every word. I will try to stand tall, to get up when I fall, try to find my own way, keep my fears all at bay. But you know what'd be nice? I could use some advice. And I won't be rejected of your perspective. We got the whole world in front of us, so let's do it together like birds of a feather. The whole world's just a wait and see. Just you and me. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. And if I offended, it's not what I intended, but you can go fuck right off.
So the last two songs that you just heard were two of the songs specifically written for LC students. The first, Through My Eyes, which was performed by Jenna, was written by Rona Siddiqui, who, in addition to being just one of my favorite people, is a phenomenal songwriter and a heck of a music director and pianist. In case you couldn't tell, that piano part is really hard. And the song you just heard performed by Jordan, entitled Dear You, was written by F. Michael Haynie, another absolutely incredible songwriter and a phenomenal performer as well. As an actor, he's appeared on Broadway in Wicked and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He was just in Jesus Christ Superstar live a couple of weeks ago. He was the cool guy with the redhead mohawk. And when I heard Jordan sing that song, I said, oh yeah, we picked the right guy to do F's song. Great. So the next two songs that you're going to hear are from a musical that I wrote along with my writing partner, Seth Christenfeld. It's called The Oxford Epidemic, and it's based on a 1911 novel called Zuleika Dobson. It is about a very mysterious and beautiful young woman who comes to visit Oxford, and she is so absolutely entrancing that by the end of the show, every young man on campus has killed himself in the name of her love. It's a comedy, we hope. It's a musical comedy, and you're now going to hear the only two serious songs from the show. So the first song, There Is a Life, is, you'll see the Irish maid Katie, who's pleading with the Duke of Dorset, the sort of head boy on campus, to resist her charms and not be the one to kill himself in the name of love and run away with her. And the next song that you're going to hear, Sons of England, is sung by the omniscient narrator type character called the Writer, who's been dictating the action for the evening, and at the end of the show we get a little glimpse into his world and kind of what he's actually been talking about telling this story. So from the Oxford Epidemic, first up is Elizabeth Martin to sing There Is a Life.
There is a life that you could have, a life of peace and quiet, but you are passing by it. Think of what could be. We'll run away to who knows where, a place they'll never find us. We'll leave this life behind us, and then we could be free. We could hide in some little town, somewhere boring and brown, and all my life I'd love you with all my heart can give. Can't you see
Kiss upon her cheek. I should love someone like you, Katie, he sighed. Alas, I am a man of my word, and I've given my word to Miss Dobson.
Stop. No more of this.
Katie.
He doesn't have to die.
Yes, Katie, he does.
But he can break his promise. He doesn't have to.
Without another word, the Duke turned and walked upstairs to his room, leaving her alone.
There is a life you could have had, a life of love and laughter, a happy ever after, a beautiful cliché, but not again. You go away. He doesn't have to do this, you know. You can stop him.
Some things can't be rewritten, Katie. You know that.
We stood in line, we sons of England, in cap and gown, the brightest of our day. Every one of us was certain he would be a man renowned, but soon the drums of war began to sound. We marched away, we sons of England, to fight for king, for country, and for God. And we swore that we'd be back again as we sailed into the dawn. We smiled and waved goodbye, and we were gone. As the sons of England fell at the front, the bells rang out in London, tolling for the wounded, pealing for the dead, howling like the mortars that would fly from overhead, teaching more than any book that any of us read at Oxford. Now be at peace, you sons of England, you sons of Germany, of Italy and France. Oh, how sweet and right to die for king and country, we all cried. But no matter why you go, you still have died. So forget forget the drums of war, instead and let us see the dawn. How sweeter and more right to die for love. How sweet and right it is to die for love.
Darling, I know that you're gone, and you think you've left for good. I know that you think we can't go on, and that I'm a fool because I think we should. Darling, I'll pick up the slack till the coast is finally clear. I know someday you'll come back, and when you do, I'll be here. Go ahead and say goodbye, if that's what you need to say. I won't hold you back or ask you why. I know better than to try and make you stay. Though the night is cold and black, I've got nothing left to fear. I know someday you'll come back, and when you do, I'll be here. Do what you must do. I don't mind. Part of loving you is knowing you can sometimes be unkind. Darling, I know you, and you could never leave me behind. No, never, not forever. Darling, I know that you're gone. You don't have to tell me twice. You're that fading star I wish upon. And if you burnt out and someday turned to ice, darling, I won't let you cry. I will melt you with my cheer. I know someday you'll come back, and when you do, I'll be here. I know someday you'll come back, and when you do, I'll be here.
Figure out how to get this back up again.
We're short, but not that short.
Yes. I heard that. Yes. We want to thank you for sharing your evening here with us. And we would also like to acknowledge that this first Curtain Up Writers Workshop was underwritten by an anonymous donor. But if you liked what you've seen and you've heard, and you would like to see more of this next year, we are going to give you an opportunity as you leave the theater to donate. There will be two lovely ladies at the door. Hannah, Ellie, come on out. Yes? There you go. Ellie will be at that door. Hannah will be at that door. And they will be very happy to take any donations you have. And if you have anything that you'd like to talk to me about in that regard, I'll be around too. So, thank you, ladies. Goodbye. Some people you just can't keep off the stage. But anyway, as we go into our final song of the evening, this was also one of our 5 original songs that was written for our particular group. And do you want to talk to them a little about this song?
Yes, I do. Well, this next song that you're about to hear was written by Christy Bauer, who also wrote the last song that you heard, I'll Be Here, which was written for her musical The Fitzgeralds of St. Paul about F. Scott Fitzgerald and Ella Fitzgerald. There's clips, Zelda Fitzgerald. It's been an evening. Look it up on YouTube, there's clips, it's really smashing. Anyway, when we were thinking about what we wanted to do for this show, we knew that we wanted there to be ensemble numbers as well as solos. And so what we did early on at the beginning of this semester was send out a list of prompts and questions to ask the class that they could respond to anonymously. Things like, what are your hopes and dreams and goals for this year? And what's your greatest strength, weakness? And one of the questions was, what is your greatest fear? And we noticed there was an interesting kind of through line on that question in amongst all their very serious, real fears about all the scary things out there in the world. One thing kept getting mentioned over and over again, and so this song is about that.
So, thank you and enjoy the last song.
Spiders gotta die. Spiders
realized I was going to do this a moment ago. Let's acknowledge our fabulous band. Dana Ballard, my mom, on the keyboards, music director extraordinaire. On the bass, Mr. Steve Howard. And on the drums, Xavier Garland, who stepped in literally today and learned all of this like a rock star and saved our skins, pun intended. So, yay band.
Bye.
There's still so much that I don't know, but now it's time for me to grow. When you don't want to be you, take another person's view, find somebody else to be. When life has you on the brink, think what someone else would think, set your inhibitions free. When you've got a heavy load, drive down someone else's road, let the way be a surprise. You'll see the world through different eyes.
They say to make your own way.
They say to follow your star.
That's how you live day to day. That's how you learn who you are.